Welcome to the Etherium Magic Channel. I'm Steve, the Etherium. Today we're going to be talking about Breya, Etherium Shaper. But before we get into that, I want to let you know we're doing a 30-day, 30 commander challenge where I talk about the top 30 commanders for the past 2 years. All right, guys, see you tomorrow for the next video. But let's get into Breya before we go any further. If you're not familiar, she is fantastic. She is a 4-drop. She's everything minus the green, okay? So she's red, black, blue, and white. And she's a 4/4 human legendary artifact creature. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 blue Thopter artifact creature tokens with flying. You'd think, oh, that's pretty innocuous. That's not going to hurt anybody. Oh, on contrary, my friend, those Thopters are not friendly. Anyway, so pay 2 generic, sacrifice 2 artifacts, choose 1. Breya deals 3 damage to target player or planeswalker. Target creature gets -4 until end of turn, or you gain 5 life. So what's interesting about this is you can look at her funny and she'll do stupid things. Oh, by the way, stay to the end and we'll do a combo. I don't know, is that cheesy? I don't care. Anyway, number 5 on our list, guys and dolls, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not playing these cards, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. So all of these cards reduce the casting cost of our artifacts. So Foundry Inspector reduces the casting cost, and I believe he is a 3/2. A Joyer Familiar is a 2/2 flying. Etherium Sculptor is a 1/2 flying. I believe Starnheim Courser is a 2/2 flying. Now, all of these will reduce the casting cost of all of our artifacts, making our overall game plan just that much easier. And I highly encourage you to run them all. They're all commons. I believe maybe Joyer's Familiar is an uncommon. Super useful. Get them all. Now, number 5B, these are working on a little bit different access. The Grand Architect is a double blue, 1 generic, 1/3 Velkin Artificer that says other blue creatures you control get +1/1. Okay, whatever. But 1 blue, target artifact creature becomes blue until end of turn. Okay, why do we care about that? Because we can take our blue mana, turn an artifact creature into a blue creature. It says tap that creature and add 2 generic mana to our mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate artifact abilities. What this means is basically we can turn every 1 blue mana and tap an artifact creature to generate 2 generic mana. So we kind of get a pseudo ramp out of it to do artifact things. Cool. Chief Engineer is a 1 blue, 1/3. Artifact spells you cast have Convoke. Okay. Your creatures can help cast those spells. Cool. Each creature you tap while casting an artifact spell pays for 1 generic or 1 mana of that creature's color. So if we tap Chief Engineer, he's going to help us, or she's going to help us, pay for either a blue mana cost or a generic mana cost for tapping him. It's like having a Birds of Paradise out there. But what's nice about this is we're not affected by summoning sickness, so brand new creatures can help us evoke or convoke new cards from our hand, even though they just came into play. Very cool card. Number 4 on our list, though. Oh my goodness, this guy, this is awesome. I love this card. This, I mean, if you're not familiar, welcome to the party. This guy's going to do bananas things, even without the combo. So 1 blue, 1 hybrid black, white. Its artifact, it says pay a generic, sack a non-token artifact, create a 1/1 blue Thopter artifact creature token with flying. You gain 1 life. You're getting a 1/1 and you're gaining 1 life. Stay to the end. We're going to have a combo. All right, so number 3 on our list, just talking about sacrificing artifacts that we have in play. Let's talk about getting rid of these 1/1s that we just made and drawing a bunch of cards. Skull Clamp, if you're not familiar, please go get yourself a copy. It can go into literally 90% of the decks in Magic the Gathering's history and do very good things. 1 generic artifact equipment. It says equipped creature gets +1, -1. Okay, whenever equipped creature dies, draw 2 cards. Equips for 1 generic. So that means all of our Thopter Foundry tokens that we're making, we can pay 1 mana and basically use those to draw 2 cards. This is incredibly powerful, not to be underestimated. Very good. Number 2 on our list, these guys go and find artifacts and put them into play. Okay, so Arkham Dagson is a 1 blue, 3 generic, 2/2 human artificer. It says tap target artifacts creature's controller sacrifices it. That player may search their library for a non-creature artifact card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle their library. This can do a whole bunch of different parts of our combos, whatever pieces we need to go infinite, whatever. Arkham Dagson is going to help us get there. Okay. Kadoltha Forge Master is a 5-drop construct that's a 3/5. It says tap, sacrifice 3 artifacts, spend, search your library for an artifact card, and then put it on the battlefield, then shuffle your library. This will go get Blightsteel Colossus, Darksteel Colossus, any of the big, really dumb cards that are artifacts. Kadoltha Forge Master will go and get those cards. Super good. All right, number 1 on our list. Drum roll, please. Oh, that's Goblin Welder. So for 1 red, he's a 1/1 Goblin Artificer. He says tap, choose a target artifact a player controls and target artifact card in that player's graveyard. If both targets are still legal as this ability resolves, that player simultaneously sacrifices the artifact and returns the artifact card to the battlefield. So you're going to switch places from in play from the graveyard. So you're going to switch them, and it's going to be great. Like this is so useful. I use it all the time. Things that get sacrificed for whatever reason, now I can get them back. I can get my answers back to the battlefield very easily. Now, let's talk about this combo. What combo could I possibly mean? If you're not familiar with Sword of the Meek and Thopter Foundry, let me educate you. So Thopter Foundry says sack a non-token artifact. Create a 1/1 blue Thopter artifact creature token with flying. You gain 1 life. Sword of the Meek says 2 generic artifact equipment. Equip creature gets +1/+2 and equips for 2. Whenever a 1/1 creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may return Sword of the Meek from your graveyard to the battlefield, then attach it to that creature. So what we're going to do is we're going to pay 1 generic, sacrifice Sword of the Meek to the Thopter Foundry, which means that Sword of the Meek goes to the graveyard, and we get a 1/1 blue Thopter. When that blue Thopter comes into play, Sword of the Meek sees it, and then it comes back into play attached to our 1/1 blue Thopter. So we pay 1 mana, we get 1 Thopter. Pay 2 mana, we get 2 Thopters, etc., etc. We pay 100 mana, we get 100 Thopters, we gain 100 life. It's fantastic. Now, what we can do with that is we take our Thopters and say Ashnod's Altar here is a 3-drop. It says sack a creature, add 2 generic to your mana pool. So for every 1 Thopter we put into play, we can then sack that Thopter and get 2 generic, which means that those 2 generic can now make 2 more Thopters. So for every Thopter we put into play, we can now go infinite with Ashnod's Altar and gain infinite life, get infinite 1/1s. And so we also get infinite mana with Ashnod's Altar. So we have an excess of 1 generic mana for every 1 creature we're making. So we'll make infinite 1/1s, we'll gain infinite life, and we'll still have infinite mana floating. It's fantastic. Okay, so guys and dolls, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please come back tomorrow. We're going to have another video. I'm super excited about it. This video, I love making these videos, and I can't wait to see you. So thank you so much for supporting me in this process. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Button.